Doc Vinyl here at Record Store Day Drop 2 at Max J Records for June 18th, Saturday. And this is the second drop, not as big as the first one, but this is the second drop. And Max J Records will be open from 8 to 7 on Saturday. So you probably want to get here early, 8 a.m. To get your Record Store Day drop here, whichever one that you desire. So we're going to go through this. We're going to do it two ways. We're going to do the first the jazz R&Bs, and then we're going to do the rock and roll and a couple specialty items. Again, this drop isn't as big as the April drop, but has some very interesting stuff. So let's, without further ado, let's begin. All right, so one of the first things we're going to do is Studio One Classics, the original Soul Joe records. This is a compilation of Bob Marley, Scatolites, Horace Andy, all sorts of different cool jazz and soul musicians from the 60s, 70s, and I think some early 80s in here too. It's a limited time, it's a one-off pressing, it has a download code, so looking at some pretty good stuff, and I believe this is 2 albums. So with a download code, you can pretty much load it to your phone too. Very good. It's not colored from what I can see. Our next one here is Love Is All I Bring. This is Reggae Hits and Rarities by the Queen of the Trojans, and this includes, reading that, Carrigan, Mark Griffith, Phyllis Dillard, and 6 more. This is on limited edition orange vinyl, as you can see right here, and this is another compilation of different reggae stars, excluding some of the big ones. Obviously, these are smaller ones, which is pretty good. There's the Queens of Trojans, so this is emphasis on women.
I believe the other one was purple vinyl.
Purple vinyl.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't tell you, and you know, I hate that until you open it. But you might have read it somewhere. It doesn't say anywhere, but let's look, see?
Actually, I think it does.
Okay. Oh, yeah, purple vinyl.
Okay,
Yeah, okay, I didn't see it. See, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. All right, we have Dream Queen, the Bobby Hamilton Quintet. This is your Quintet Jazz. Bobby Hamilton, really good stuff. This is Roll Your Own, Dream Queen, Priscilla, Pearl, and In the Morning of the Beast. This is a pretty good recording of again, this is kind of a rarity too. It's kind of spiritual jazz kind of stuff that they did. This is a Bernie Grudman selection, which is of course always good. This is all analog transfer, and I don't believe this is colored vinyl. I believe this is black. And this has got a lot of notes on the Bobby story and what have you. Of course, the tragedy of that, if you know anything about this. This is cool because this hasn't been released for a long time, so this is kind of a much needed release that we haven't seen for a long time. Moving along to Freddie Hubbard, our trumpet player, that of course played with Herbie Hancock and others. This is live at Studio 104 from Paris, 73, the big early 70s concerts. This is the Freddie Hubbard Band. I believe this has got Freddie Hubbard. You have George Cabler's Junior Cooks on his Kent Brinkley, and of course Michael Carvin on drums. Of course, that's my big thing. This is pretty cool. This has got kind of almost a jazz fusion feel to it, especially with Povo and Skydive. I was familiar with this, so this has got kind of the influence of the Miles Davis stuff going on at the time, Bitches Brew and what have you. Good stuff here. Very, very good, Freddie Hubbard. Then we got Here Comes Fats Domino, of course, 50s, 60s, rock and roll, early rock, blues, souls, you can put it all kinds of stuff. This has all kinds of subs. When I'm Walking, I've Got a Right to Cry, There Goes My Heart Again, Just a Lonely Man, Red Sails in the Sunset, Bye Bye Bye, Bye Bye Baby, Forever Forever, I'm Living, I Can't Go Without You. It has all the good hits, but it doesn't have the 2 big ones, I'm Walking and Blueberry Hill, which of course those are probably 2 biggest hits, but this is on, is this colored vinyl?
That one, I'm not sure.
Heavyweight vinyl reissued. Doesn't say. You're going to have to find out. It's like a box of chocolates. When you open it, you'll find out. But it is heavyweight vinyl. Paul Butterfield Band, of course, blues. Great stuff here. Really good stuff. This is first time on vinyl. Includes previously unreleased tracks. This is a double album, I believe. 3 albums. Sorry, I was wrong. 3 albums. Paul Butterfield, Jerome Arnold, Sam Lay, Elvin Bishop, of course, Elvin Bishop from the Elvin Bishop Band, of course. I had some big hits. This was before that. Guitar, Hammond organ, and Mike Bloomfield. Pretty good stuff here. Lots of good Paul Butterfield stuff. A lot of the stuff looks like it's alternate versions in live. So this is kind of a mixed batch of different materials. So pretty cool to hear Elvin Bishop early on before he became big in the 70s. So that's a good one. Never before on the vinyl, so that's pretty cool. All right, moving along, something a little bit different. Nicki Minaj, of course, she's more of a soul, common. She's more of a modern day contemporary. Beam Me Up Scotty, I guess. I'm going to be honest, I'm not that familiar with her. My daughter is actually more than I am. Scene Green, it looks like it has a bunch of hits on it. Boss Ass Bitch. This is a previously released album, right, I believe? And it's redone. Yeah, it's 2 albums. Yeah, so yeah, looks pretty good. looks like early work though, right, by her, isn't it?
Not sure. Not
Yeah,
familiar
I
myself.
would think, but it has the parental advisory. So this is for the Nicki Minaj fans. Again, I put her in the R&B section, which makes sense. Here's Collective Soul. This is Disciplined Breakdown, 25th anniversary. This looks like its first vinyl reissue, platinum selling. Precious Declaration and Listen and Blame, remastered by Paul Blakemore. Lacquer by Kevin Gray. Anything Kevin Gray does is good usually. And this is on translucent red vinyl. So this looks pretty good. If Kevin Gray's involved and you like the band, you're in good shape because he's an analog fanatic. So that one's pretty cool. Bluegrass Sound, Ralph Stanley. Bluegrass is interesting. I have some early stuff from the Del McCorney band myself, but this is similar, but this is early bluegrass. This is not going to see a lot of this either. I bet this will sell out fast because the people that want it will want it. This is an Excel, and this probably hasn't been on vinyl since the day it was released back in the day. I don't think it's colored. I can't tell, but it's released on heavyweight 180 virgin vinyl in grass green color. I guess it is in green grass color. That's cool. All right, so that's cool for Bluegrass Sound. Miles Davis, What is Montreal? This is the 83 Miles Davis, early Miles Davis concert. This is pretty cool. This has never been released before. Forthcoming issue of the Bootleg series. It's got John Schofield on guitar, Bill Evans, Darryl Jones, Al Foster. So this is like a pretty good all-star band going on here. This is pretty cool. This is 2 albums. It's got Speak, Star People, What It Is, It Gets Better, Hopscotch, Star on Cecily, and Jean-Pierre, Code 3, and Creepin' In. Creepin' In is pretty cool. That's an older Miles Davis Creepin' In. I think it's from In Silent Way, if I remember. I don't know. But this is probably pretty good. And this looks like it's, I think, a live release. So that looks really cool. This is a Latin music, I was told by John. Interesting album cover. This is Katie Uchis, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sin Miedo del Amore Entros de Monas. So that's obviously Spanish. It's not Portuguese. If it was, John would know. Featuring a bunch of party mix. So this is Spanish party mix. I think it's a bunch of different bands, actually. Bonus tracks and stuff. It looks interesting. I know that a lot more common stuff. My daughter's been listening to too. A lot of the newer music the last couple of years has been Spanish. A lot of been Spanish music going out there, like rap and mix mash. So I think this may be the new contemporary Spanish music. Now, closing out this section, we're going to go with Ray Charles, our old beloved Ray Charles on piano. Genuine Loves Company. I have a lot of Ray Charles stuff. This is great. This is Ray Charles duets with famous people. Natalie Cole, Elton John, Norah Jones, B.B. King, Gladys Knight, Diana Krall, Michael McDonald. So this is pretty cool. So he does all these different duets with different people, and that just sounds really cool. This is kind of cool. I'm just looking at it right now. Michael McDonald, of course, from the Doobie Brothers, B.B. King, Elton John, Diana Krall, amazing vocalist, James Taylor, Elton John, Willie Nelson, Norah Jones. So it's all over the place. Van Morrison, too, by the way, Crazy Love With You. So that looks pretty cool. So that's a definite, I might sell out pretty quick, I think. This is a double LP gold vinyl. Very, very cool. Okay, that is the blues, rock, jazz, and blues, R&B, jazz. And now we're going to get into the rockish, and this is the big part of it. This has got quite a bit of stuff here. We're going to start with the contemporary and move on. There's no apparent order here. This is the Gold Experience. Of course, everyone knows what this is. This is much anticipated. This is from Prince. And I don't know, is this colored?
I believe it's
gold plus 5. Yeah, I think it's gold. I assume it is. It says gold plus 5. So 2 gold LPs. Prince's 1995 album. So that's pretty cool. This was this when he first became formally known as an symbol guy.
Yeah, there was an issue with more albums being put out.
Yeah, so
very rare record. It came out in Europe. It retails for like $600-800.
Yeah, now we have it finally on vinyl. It's like those Asia albums where they never came out on vinyl. They came out on CD, direct CD, or now people stream them. So this is probably going to sell very quickly. It would be my prediction on that one if I had to predict. That one and the next one, Pearl Jam Live. This is another one that will sell very live. Most Pearl Jam stuff does. This is a 2-set album. I believe it's back on vinyl for the first time in over 20 years. 16 tracks recorded on the 1998 Yield Tour. 2 clear LPs. So this is in clear vinyl with a gatefold. So that's pretty nice. I'm sure that'll be gone quick. Moving on to Platinum Rare 2. This is a double vinyl 2. This is exclusive. I believe this is live too. And this is sweet. This has Fox on the Run, Love is the Cure, Where Did You Go? All the big hits that this band was known for in the 70s. They're very big of a 70s rock radio band. Radio hits, lots of them there. Lady Lake Are You Coming, Solid Gold Brass. So lots of going on here. A couple instrumentals on this too. So this looks pretty cool. This will sell pretty well, I'm sure. Moving on to the same thing, Slash. Of course, a guitarist from Guns N' Roses. And this, I believe, is his band. 2-set album. Has all his songs on it. Whether or not they're hits or not is a different story, but the Slash is pretty big. Featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. And this, I believe, is black vinyl. I don't think this is colored. Slash Live at the Studio 60. So this is 2 albums. So that's Slash. Moving along, a recycle, which is really nice to see finally. It's Hard. This is a 2-set album. It has some lost tracks on it. This, of course, is the Who's. I believe this is their first album after Keith Moon's death. This is the one with Kenny Jones on it. This has Eminence Front, I believe, is the big hit on this one, and Athena. And then it has a whole bunch of different things on it. It's 40th anniversary, so it's 2 orange and yellow colored heavyweight vinyls. Roger then does a take of Eminence Front with Roger Daltrey on vocals plus other unleashed tracks. Cut as Abbey Road Studios, Record Store of the Day. This looks pretty cool. Mastered by John Astley at Close to the Edge. Half-speed vinyl masters cut by Miles Scholl at Abbey Road Studios. So this is probably going to move pretty quickly, and this is a European release made in Germany. Moving on to bigger bands from the 60s, the Kinks. This is early Kinks. Shell Tell Me stuff that this is really got me all that kind of stuff. This is Waterloo Sunset, Act Nice and Gentle, Mr. Pleasant, Holiday in Waikiki, Little Miss Queen of Darkness, This Is Where I Belong. So this is predominantly, I think, from looking in the back here, all Ray Davies songs. So this is very early Kinks, and it's around the time of their first and second albums. This is 6 tracks, 12-inch singles, yellow colored vinyl, limited edition Record Store Day. So this is yellow colored, and these are probably very short songs. So it's a singles kind of thing. 100% Dynamite Soul Jazz Records. This is ska, soul, rocksteady, and funk. This looks like another compilation, which seems to be very popular this time around. Quite a few compilations. This has a bunch of different bands in it. The Upsetters, the Maytals, Cedric Brooks, Willie Williams, Ken Booth. Compilation of a bunch of different bands of the 70s, 80s, and 90s on special yellow vinyl. This looks pretty good. Digitally remastered, expanded edition with 5 bonus tracks. So this one looks pretty good too. And this one has a bunch of different, in the back, different members of the band. So that's pretty cool. Compilations are a good way to get music, especially if you don't love everything by that band. So that's kind of a good thing. Bebop Deluxe, Live in the Air Age. This is another Hammersmith 1977 concert. This is live. This is on side 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is 2, 3, 5, side 5, side 6. So this is 3 albums from a Hammersmith concert. That's pretty good stuff. Looks like it's first time on vinyl in a long time. Limited edition 3 LPs, white vinyl, cut at the Abbey Road Studios of the entire concert. And this is kind of cool. This is one of the things that John and I were talking about. These are cool live albums because it's the whole concert. It's not a mishmash of different live shows. This is one show straight up, the whole show. That's pretty cool. These usually go quick, to tell you the truth. It's on a 24-track remaster tape by Stephen Taylor, another good one. Another like a gray guy. Very good stuff. Previously unreleased on vinyl, so that's pretty cool to get a hold of. Here's Void. I think this is the second. We had another Void in the first one. This is, I believe, heavy metal, right? Early heavy metal, yeah. Pretty cool, or what they call prog metal. I think that's what they call it, prog metal. And this has Unknowns, Nothing. I mean, it's always cool album covers. So, yes, I believe this is prog metal, and it's first LP reissue of the 1989 prog thrash metal classic. Yeah, I was right. Newly mastered for vinyl by Peter Moore. This is pink with blue swirl. So that's cool. Kind of makes sense if you look at the colors of the album. 50 years of TV's greatest hits. This is cool. I have one of these, and I have it on CD. This looks like it's a vinyl version of it, and this is pretty cool. This starts with the Little Rascals, Gunsmoke, all stuff from the 30s, 40s, 60s, General Hospital. That doesn't seem to be in any chronological order, but it's got Charlie's Angels, The Love Boat, Hawaii Five-0, all the big hits that everyone knows. Sex and the City, Six, and so it even got some newer stuff. Star Trek, The Next Generation. It's got Flipper. It's gonna have that. The Monsters, The Invaders. So it's got a kind of an interesting mishmash of different things. I'm thinking they got MASH. They got Star Trek. So this is pretty cool. So if someone wants a TV hits, this would be great at a cocktail party. Someone put TV hits on, name that tune kind of thing. So this would be pretty cool. This is includes the classic hits. It's got Wonder Woman too. That's pretty cool. I don't think it's colored, but don't quote me. Oh no. Yeah, I guess it is. It got pictures right there, so it's splatter vinyl. That makes sense. That's kind of cool. So that's probably one of those we gotta get. And then we have Barry White, No Limit on Love. This is, oh God, don't think it's colored vinyl. And this has also, we've got The World in Utah, Under the Influence of Love, Your Heart and Soul, Love Black Veil, All in the Run of the Day, Come On in Love. So it's got some of the big hits on it, not the big ones like, but this is a later Very White album. So this is pretty cool. This is good to see on Real. Then we have an acoustic Jerry Garcia band right here. This is recorded live 1987, December at the Wiltern Warfield Theaters. First time in vinyl, pressed at 180. Doesn't say it's colored. So I'm going to say no, because usually in these little type stickers, I usually tell you if it's colored or not. I'll show you a picture. Very good for the Grateful Dead fans, obviously. We have 2 Tangerine Dream releases. We have a Cloud Effect vinyl, double album, orange and blue, which looks pretty cool. And this is an early one from the 1975 concert. Pretty cool stuff. Cinema Opera Set 1, Part 1 and 2, Cinema Opera Set 2 and 3. So this looks like a whole suite. Very prog-like, and of course Tangerine Dream is an electronic band, one of the early bands. Did some really cool stuff. Did a lot of soundtracks too. Very cool. They of course influenced bands like Vangelis and others that came along later. Another Tangerine Dream is Alpha Centauri. This featuring bonus 12-inch 45 RPM EP of the Ozilla Planet concert in both parts of the Ultimate Duel single. This one I don't think is on colored vinyl because it would say here too. Oh no, clear vinyl. This is on clear vinyl. Sorry. Cut at Abbey Road Cinema. So this has got a bonus 12-inch 45 RPM EP. So that's kind of cool. So this looks like it's 2 albums. So that's pretty cool. So cool. Got a pretty good releases for the Tangerine Dream fans. Then we have The Residents, and this is Warning. This is the 1971-72. This is like what? Proto-punk kind of stuff. I think The Residents were like kind of like a proto-punk heavy band. So pretty cool stuff. I don't think this is from a 71-72 tour. So this looks pretty cool. The Boarding House Shows, Chris Party and the Complete 110 with a touch of 11 albums. So this looks pretty cool. I don't think it's colored, but I can't tell. They're being kind of vague about it, but pretty cool stuff. That's pretty cool. You don't see a lot from The Residents. Go Ahead Punk, Make My Day. This is the punk rock time machine set for the 90s. So this is punk rock from Guttermouth, Juggerhead, the Vandals. So this is the second and third wave of punk rock after the initial wave. And this is a compilation of a couple different bands and stuff like that. The Offspring. So kind of some pretty cool stuff in there. So that's pretty cool to have. It's got kind of a thematic thing going on. And I believe it's Nitro Records Classic Limited Orange Splatter Vinyl. So this is on Orange Splatter. My Morning Jacket, live from the RCA. This is Jim James Acoustic. This is on black vinyl, it says. And this looks like a live concert. Looks pretty cool stuff here. Looks like it's first time released, too, for a long time. Definitely. I believe it's from the early 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have Mainstream Sellout. And this looks like later. This is a European release, so features Guna and Young Thug. I assume this is heavier hard rock.
It's Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly. So then it's like the heavier hard rock stuff. So it's got some pretty cool stuff. So this has got like rap mixes in there too.
Exactly.
Yeah, Wall of Fame. So that looks pretty cool. So this will probably sell out quick, as John and I have been noticing. The rap stuff goes very quick. So if you're interested in that, I would jump on that. We have Baggy Trousers, and this is from Madness. This looks like pretty good. 6 generously proportioned tracks together for the first time. This looks pretty cool, and looks like a limited release. This looks almost like an EP, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is an EP release. And it's not. It's on 180-gram black vinyl. And, of course, we have to have our Dio picture disc. And, of course, we have Double Dose of Donington. These are really, I think, shot for the collector's market, because it seems every time's RSD they have one. So there's a series of these things. So I'm wondering if they're just going to do, like, a box for you to put them all in, because I figure, yeah, I guess... How many have there been? At least 10?
At least. Exactly.
So that's pretty cool. So that's the Dio stuff. And that leaves us with the last two, which is a 7-inch release. Creedence Clearwater Revival live at the Royal Albert Hall. That's pretty cool. And it's got Traveling Band and Who'll Stop the Rain. 2 very big hits. So this is probably going to sell out quick. Usually what I'm noticing with the 7 inches, they do a lot of big hits. Like the Kinks one they did Really Got Me, remember? They do like a big hits. And they did the one with the early Pink Floyd. And then for the cassettes, we have Pensive. This is
Keith Richards.
Keith Richards. This is Cheap. This is a single. Is this new?
It is.
New release on a cassette. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure it'll be available on vinyl soon. So if it isn't already. But yeah, that's the Keith Richards right there. So it's called Keith. That's pretty cool. Talk is Cheap. I think that's new. So that is Record Store Day, June 18th. Remember, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Max J Records in Fairhaven. I get here early because this is a smaller drop, probably less and more limited stuff.
We're still waiting on a few titles that haven't come in.
Yeah, a couple
day
here
now.
and there. Yeah,
exactly.
So again, you get here to see them, you'll know, and we'll see you guys there.